At least you've got a little angelic image to look at. But guided to hop on, and it's just a burning message that's been coming through. Like, I've really been pushed continuously by the divine to come live, and I've had to move through a lot of procrastination to do so. Um, and moving through the perspective of the masculine and feminine again, like really viewing through those archetypes in regards to what one is experiencing. And yeah, I'm just guided to hop on and reflect these messages. It's about communication at this time. So the twins, the 144,000, have really been pushed to communicate their truths, no matter where that is, to who that is, to just do it, just communicate, just speak your truth. Even if you're just speaking out aloud and communicating to yourself, it's really about voicing the energies, emotion, the thoughts, some of the physical symptoms and experiences, because a lot of the collective is going through this procrastination in regards to their soul mission and their soul purpose, but also a blockage in the throat chakra, in the heart chakra, and a blockage in regards to that Taurus field, the energies moving like outwards, back to the divine, or even, an interchange of energies between the masculine and feminine incarnates, just communicating, even if it's just your friend, like communicating to those aspects within each other and viewing through that lens again. That's something that's really being guided for beings at this time. Like, I do have a lot of resistance to channeling just specifically talking about the twin flames. However, that's where the guidance is going. The guidance is continuously being pushed towards coming back around to the twin flame experience. It's been a good 8 years on the twin flame journey, coming back around at the 11th of the 11th. It's been 8 years since the awakening, and that infinity number, that movement of everything, what goes around comes around, is really evident at this time. And having to push through, like viewing how it was 8 years ago, it was such an effortless flow. And I can see how these mirrors have, piled up on top of each other. And it's like a run down or run through of the good, amount of density over the last 8 years. However, it's beneficial to look at the positives as well and move into gratitude in regards to things that have changed. The collective has released a lot of lust, a lot of self identification, validation outwards, and that pendulum has really just swung, quite a way away from one's soul mission or soul purpose. And you may be guided at this time to go deeper into your soul purpose. There's just a lot coming through from the masculine, and I'm really procrastinating in regards to communicating about it, but the masculines are really hurting at this time, the masculine aspect. Even within the feminine, you can view it however you will. However, it's just like this deep, like, there's so many attributes coming through, like a deep yearning, a deep, like, soul cry, a deep Suki energy, a deep acknowledgement. Like, not only has the feminine grown and, matured, but the masculine obviously has as well. And they're in this self reflection in regards to that which they did or that which they didn't do. Even if it's over the past 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, like, there's a huge energetic uproar. And, this has really been affecting the emotions of the collective at this time. Like, you can look at worldly things as an external manifestation of it. However, when you look through the lens of the divine masculine and feminine dance, if you're a channeler, I suppose, or, all of us have that ability, you can truly see what's going on. So, just being guided to hop on and express some of it, I suppose. I've been forced to, pushed to. The masculine is, both twins are really hurting, like the masculine and the feminine are really hurting, but they're hurting in different ways. Like, it's this masculine soul cry that's really affecting the divine feminine at this time. And a lot of the twins are not in awareness of it. A lot of the masculines have, been observing the divine feminines, even stalking the divine feminines, harassing the divine feminines, and, the rejection there, whether it's been physical or whether it's just they felt the rejection upon observing the feminine, it's really affected the divine masculine. They feel completely rejected, like, and it's come back around. Like, they feel abandoned, they feel rejected, they feel lost, they are in confusion, they don't understand, why the divine feminine has changed. And they really fed, I suppose, off that divine feminine being there for them. And now that it's being withdrawn, it's being taken away, or even if it's just in their mind, it's been taken away, the masculine has really been affected, and they're going through separation pains and they're going through abandonment. And, this is been affecting the emotions of twin flames at this time. So if you're a divine feminine and you've felt down, sad, lost, hopeless, depressed, or any of these emotions and you don't know why, it literally is because of your divine masculine and the energetics of your being connected as a split soul or two souls as one, however you perceive it to be. You guys are intricately connected, and there's that vibration of unconditional love that is being rejected at this time. And it's not about, like, it's about communication. I would start at a soul level, communicating to what you perceive as your masculine without a face of an incarnate, and really communicating to that, and then seeing where the spirit flows, like see where that energy flows in regards to an incarnate, or in regards to, you know where those patterns, you can see those patterns within another incarnate, because it's complete rejection that the divine masculine aspect is experiencing. So there isn't that flow of trajectory that the masculine active energy can flow through, because it's like, well, where's the feminine? What am I doing this for? What's the point? And the feminine is feeling frustrated and, you know, rejected in a sense, but it's more so rejected from itself. And yeah, who cares? That's exactly right. That's the reflection of the twins right now. They're just like, who cares? You all are such in. We all are in a space of denial, even in regards to the awakening, just due to lack of hope and due to not understanding, standing under the divine, and really taking that moment to pause and communicate to the divine in regards to what's going on, because you're always being guided within every moment. You can speak to the divine within every moment, and it's just like a big school of brats. That the anger is, really being expelled onto the collective at this time through the twin flames. And, it's our responsibility to step up and be that example of unconditional love, and to do what we call the shadow work. And it's just like, a lot of us have had enough. Like, it was a huge upsurge of twin flame energy, like after 2011 going into 2012, this trickling in of awakening, and then the unions in 2016. Like, there was a mass twin flame unions everywhere across the planet. And it's been a continuous journey of awakening ever since then. And now that it's been a good 8 years and it's coming back around to the 1111 portal, you know, twins are really being guided, and that nudge from the divine to look at the twin flame experience or to look at the twin flame dance of masculine and feminine is becoming quite loud and clear. And I can see that the twins are like, they just don't know what to do. Like, they like to move into these modalities of healing and becoming self-aware, but when you push the twin flames to really move into like that love or forgiveness or compassion towards their twin, there's resistance. It's like hella resistance to do so. And, you know, I've just been guided by the divine to point it out and to speak about it and to channel, you know, whatever comes through in regards to that, because it shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't be that hard. Everything's perfect. You know, everything is where it's meant to be in the present moment. However, you know, it's up to us to really acknowledge it and cast it up, clear it, forgive it, you know, come together and reflect for each other through these platforms. You know, what we're experiencing or being guided by the divine to experience, because no one wants to be in that space of separation. You know, whether it's like mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, like it's separation consciousness. It's not the truth. And you know, just certain energies in motion, certain emotions that are being felt at this time are very heavy and very intense. And, you know, there used to be such a flow where everything flowed in divine orchestration and we could experience it and feel it. And that's really been uprooted, and there isn't that flow. Like the collective, when I'm channeling the 144,000, like they're scattered everywhere and picking up, you know, big buckets of stuff and still doing the work and still clearing. However, there just isn't that trajectory of sameness, if you will. And we really meant to work as one body, like one mechanism, in regards to it's communication. Like there's lack of communication, and it could be lack of communication with your soul, with yourself, like in regards to how you're honestly feeling in the present moment. But yeah, the masculines definitely been feeling rejected and feeling like they don't understand why the divine feminine has changed, like why the feminine is withdrawing that love. It's due to, you know, the pain of the divine feminine feeling rejected continuously, and now the masculines are, you know, experiencing it at this time. However, I just don't think they know, like none of us know truly what unconditional love is if we aren't experiencing forgiveness and compassion, um, you know, for each other. And, you know, allowing that vibration to be expressed. Um, like even just talking about it, you can look at it and experience that emotion. You can have forgiveness for your twin here and now, and, you know, allow that to trickle out into the collective, because it really helps anyone, even if they know it or not. Like it's a butterfly effect, and you can really move into higher vibrations, move above the storm. I mean, a lot of people that I've been viewing, like Soul Tribe and stuff like that, you know, have been talking about the election or have been talking about contact with extraterrestrials. And, you know, it's like my purpose really isn't to talk about these worldly things. Like, who cares? Like, if it happens in the moment. Um, and that is a huge vibration. Like, I deleted that comment just then, but, you know, that being was right. Like, who cares? Like, who, where's the love? Where is the love? Like, where's the heart? Who actually cares about the twin collective anymore? Like, there's been such a distortion of the label of twin flames since 2016, I'd say, or even since 2012. You know, the twin flames really have been shut down by humanity, as they didn't, get the job done, or they didn't reach union. There wasn't a big collective party or anything of the sort. However, who's to say that, the unions aren't coming back around, and, there's been this long process of separation, which we all knew in the heart of hearts that separation was going to be a lot longer than we wanted. We went through the work in hopes of, with a condition of moving into union, and releasing that condition, to move into union has really left a lot of twins lost. And I feel like that's why twins have really been scattered. But just know, from my channeling, the divine masculines have really been looking towards who they perceive their divine feminine is, and wondering, like, what the F? Coming back around to the twin flame journey, and, been questioning, like, what was that connection? Like, um, how can they find that space of feeling wanted and feeling loved? Like, even if they were communicating to their twin or not, like, and that's where the feminines have set those boundaries, because we felt the draining, we felt the feeding from the divine masculines, from siphoning that twin flame love. So, it's just a process at this time to allow that masculine to be the active, to be the gift giver for the feminine reception, and to come back around, a space of truly knowing unconditional love, because they really are going within at this time to, and asking themselves, asking the divine, asking higher powers, even, like, what the F was that relationship, what is true love, what are they meant to do, who are they meant to be with. There's just been such an effect, because the feminines are very open and receptive, and we've done a lot of spiritual work in regards to becoming receptive to the divine, but that also allows you to be receptive to everything, because the non-physical, really is those projections of emotions and thoughts, and whatever the twin flame, whatever the masculine is projecting subconsciously, even the divine feminines are picking up on at this time. And a lot of masculines, have recently blocked their divine feminines because they've had to. They can't stop, like, stalking them or seeking them or harassing them, or, tapping into that obsessive compulsive type of energy towards their divine feminine. So, to stop that and to feel a release from that emotional turmoil, they've blocked their twin flames, they've blocked their divine feminines. Um, because I could see a wave of, this happened a few years ago. And then there was an unblocking, and, it looked like union was getting closer. And then, the masculines have had a prompt to be actively reach out and give. And then they've, withdrawn because of the fear of rejection. They're tapping into the divine feminine's emotions in regards to the rejection that the feminines felt like when they went through that. And, for some of them, it's a shockwave. It's like too much for them to handle. And they're like, well, F that. I don't want to experience that type of, rejection or emotion ever. But in doing so, they're, like, rejecting themselves. So they're experiencing that rejection just within the illusion of the mirror. And it's becoming quite overwhelming for the collective. Like, majority of my reality and friends and soul tribe members are all twin flames. So I have this constant mirror of, what the twins are experiencing. And there's just such a soul cry coming from the divine masculine. And as a feminine, there's nothing really I can do but just come on live and express it, because it's really overwhelming. Like, I don't even know what to do. It's just like all I can do is express it for the divine feminine. So then, we become aware and move into the awareness of it. It's not like, oh, the masculines don't know how to communicate, or, they don't know how to give into the reception of the feminine, because, again, it's not really about that. No one's judging anyone. We really have, as twin flames, moved into a space of unconditional love. Like, it's not really about that. It's just the overwhelmness of the emotions that the masculine are feeling. Like it is just overflowing, their cup is overflowing, and they don't know how to express, or they don't know what to do. They know they want it in the physical, but then they always move towards that physical unification without just being that energy emotion, expressing their emotions. Like they want to jump straight to the physical without expressing those emotions, which they know the feminine like deserves and wants, and they're in awareness of that. It's just the overflowing emotions because of this push from the divine for the masculines to really communicate to the divine feminines. It's so overwhelming for them at this time. And really, as a feminine, like I've been receiving it and feeling it, and the only thing that I can do is express it, here to get the emotion out. Um, there's such a blockage in regards to, accepting the masculine or any masculine. Like that is something as a feminine reception at this time. There's such a blockage and even a rejection feeling within myself in regards to receiving any masculine. And that's something that I just have to speak through and move through the emotions, like instead of just being in denial or ignorance and continuously receiving the projections from the masculines in regards to it, because that's not helping either. It's just a continuous cycle of, the masculine reaching out, or the masculine giving or projecting even, and then the feminine rejecting it and not receiving it. There's a blockage in regards to reception. That's something that I really felt within meditation today, moving into reception and even to receive the divine. Like there's just so much energy, emotion, so much emotion coming through that it was too overwhelming to receive. And like that's where the distortion is, because the masculines are receiving it, because the feminine isn't, being that receptive vessel that it is and receiving it. The masculine soul is receiving it, and they've never received vibrations like this. They've never received emotions like this. They, are having a hard time doing it all on their own, like receiving all these emotions. And a lot of them, have been falling sick, and been going on for a couple of years now. And that's why they've withdrawn, because they've really moved into this space of dis-ease, like disease. And that's why they've looked towards the divine feminine, because they're just like, what the F is going on in their reality? Like they've had bad luck, family things have happened, there's been a lot of deaths within families and stuff recently for the twins. And, you know, just moving through the energetics is enough in itself. Regardless of all these manifestations, like there's a real pain within the heart. So, just holding your hands to your heart and just, giving your masculine and feminine within, some love and some awareness is really going to help the energies flow. And, moving into compassion for the collective, even if it's too overwhelming to move into the compassion, just say for the individual union that you've experienced, or the separation that you're experiencing, or even the space of just being single, and having that compassion for the masculine and feminine, just move into the collective overall, and that soul tribe, that soul family type of vibe. So then it can breathe through all the 144,000, so you're not just taking on the energetics for yourself, because it really is quite overwhelming. And there's a lot of prompts from the divine to take action, really. And that's why the masculines have been awakened again and been, upheaved in regards to communicating and gift giving into the divine feminine. It's just really overwhelming for them, which in turn is affecting the divine feminine's energetics, because the divine feminine is like, yeah, hell no, I don't want to receive those hectic emotions. But you kind of got to work as a duo if you believe you're a twin flame. You can't deny it, you can't reject it, because it will come back around. And there will be mishaps within your physical reality because you're in ignorance. And like, first of all, the consciousness ignores and then it gives in. So, you'll ignore a message from the divine, a prompt, a nudge, some guidance, and then you will give in to the ways of the world or give in to toxic energies, which will manifest something negative in the physical reality. And it will be this continuous cycle if just from that moment of ignorance, if you ignore the message. So, sometimes, even for the feminines, it's not about taking action. It's just about being in awareness, moving through the emotions, receiving those energies, emotions, allowing them to move through you like a cosmic flow. So you're not ignoring, what's coming through, and, taking that moment to just meditate or sit outside in nature and really communicate to the divine in regards to, okay, what's this wave? What's this collective wave of energetics? Because it's all well and good seeking out healing modalities and continuously healing, but a lot of the time there's just this huge ignorance that the collective is experiencing, because the answer is always given in the present moment. Like, you can ask, what's this emotion? What's this energy? What is this telling me? What's the blessing in this lesson and test? um, if it just say it's a turmoil type of energy, even if it's a positive energy, like, what is this showing me? Where is this guiding me? What's the next step? Like, really allowing that flow to become conscious again in regards to the masculine and feminine dance, in regards to the twin flames, is going to really benefit not just you or your twin, it's going to benefit the collective, because we really got to come together. That's another message that the divine has been showing me, obviously. We have to come together and, do this for the next generation, do this for the children, for our inner children, and really become conscious of what we are experiencing and why we're experiencing it and what we are here to do, because you don't want to just walk around blind and be in ignorance, really just be ignoring your soul mission or your soul purpose, and really asking yourself, do you even believe you have a soul purpose or a soul mission? And what does that look like for you? Like, how is that outlined for you? But coming together as a collective and, being in group chats or being in social settings in the physical soul tribe, like, that's something that you really got to push yourself to experience, because a lot of twins have gone into isolation and into hermit mode due to the rejection and the separation, and it's time to get out of it. Like, the divine's just saying it's time to get out of it. That's why the masculines have come back around, and they're seeking out their twin flame and looking for the divine feminine to receive their overwhelming, emotions. And a lot of them have run away as soon as they've looked in the mirror, because they've felt that rejection. Maybe it was they felt like they weren't good enough, or they couldn't apologize, or they won't be forgived, or they felt the residue of the rejection that the feminine felt at the start of the journey, because the majority of the time it was that feminine that was rejected. The runner chaser, experience within twin flames, just say, I mean, usually the masculine is the runner. It's a masculine aspect because it's that active notion. And, there is the feminine that's the reception, and it hasn't been received. But, like, the twins have kind of swapped roles in a sense, because the feminine, it is trauma. I can see it. It's collective trauma. It's ancestral trauma. And, it's time for us to really step up and breathe through the reception and start receiving that reception, of energies in motion first. The emotions that are moving through you, whether they're yours, whether they're someone else's. At the end of the day, we're all one. It's collective. So, not even identifying whether it's yours or someone else's. At the end all be all, it is going to be yours and your twins, two as one together. It's going to be the collective dance of the masculine and feminine, the emotions that you'll have distributed, or, there's been a cataclysm of energies that, are just going sporadic at this time, because the twins really are in collective alignment. They're all scattered everywhere. Like, 8 years ago, when I was channeling the collective, everyone was really mirroring each other and getting excited and very, like, immature, if you will, at the state of awakening to the twin flame journey. And like I stated before, the twins have really been shut down, and we feel like we didn't get our job done, or we haven't done something correct, or, we were wrong even to believe or have the twin flame awakening, and that's all illusion. That's all just part of the experience, because time doesn't exist where the divine is. So, that's really viewing from a linear perspective of time, and viewing from judgment. Like, what did we do? What didn't we do? Did we do it right? Did we do it wrong? And that's not how the divine views. That's not how you view when you're looking through the eyes of the divine. So it's really just about moving into the present moment and, okay, what am I experiencing right now? What is the masculine aspect experiencing? What's the feminine aspect experiencing? Is the masculine giving actively into the divine feminine? And you can look at your external reality and see that, and then mirror it into the internal reality of, where might you be guided to gift or take action and you're not. And, that's really where you have to begin, as within, so without. Start taking those small steps, listening to the guidance within from the divine, and, get that masculine active energy within you moving, because the procrastination is like intense, and it is coming from the masculines because they've been guided, nudged, prompt to gift into their divine feminines, and it's just so real. And the awakening for them, especially if they've looked in that incarnate mirror of the divine feminine, is just so overwhelming. Like, they get head spins, they feel like, it's too overwhelming, the anxiety is moving through them, and really it's a rejection. They're feeling that rejection even before they've tried, for some of them. And that abandonment wound, like, they're, the twins, masculine and feminine, are both feeling abandoned by God. Um, that's a huge, that's huge at this time. Like, the inner child feels abandoned, and even moving into a space of, oh, I don't believe in God. I believe just we manifest, or everything happens for a reason, or something of the sort. And, in turn, the divine's going to experience that, be that mirror for, sadness and sorrow and rejection itself. um it's like your divine mother or father, and then the children are rejecting, their own mother or father, and like that's even manifesting through the twin flames. Like, a lot of twin flames are experiencing their inner child rejecting them, or their own children rejecting them, and that's coming from, the truth that the inner child within the twins is feeling rejection from the divine, are feeling abandoned from the divine, feeling like they may have done something wrong, or, guilt and shame is a huge vibration that is really coming from the masculine, I must admit, at this time. Like, just due to the masculine active action orientated, even if it's the masculine and the feminine, like that, you have taken actions that you feel guilty about, that's been expressed as a masculine archetype, and it's rejecting itself over and over, like continuously eating its own tail, like the Ouroboros, because it it's like it's stuck in this loop, in this matrix loop, until it expresses it, like lets go of the tail and starts like communicating with its voice, like its mouth. So, stop procrastinating, everyone, in regards to communicating to your soul tribe, to your twin, to your friends, to your family, to your children, to your inner child, to the divine. Like, just communicate, communicate, communicate. And wherever you're guided to communicate, like, just keep communicating, because it will budge, it will like pop. The energy, will be allowed to flow then, and then that will help in turn the divine masculines to communicate to the feminines, more calmly, without anxiety. There's just a huge wave of unions coming. 1111 portal is coming up, and for a lot of twins, we've all experienced these magical synchronistic times, whatever year it was, in regards to the 11th of the 11th. And, it's a huge numerological number for twin flames. It's a portal, it means union, and it is coming back around where, like, we're being pushed. Like, I can see many souls being, I don't know if you can hear me because someone's calling, being pushed through a portal, like a little singularity, a little pinpoint. um and it hurts, like, energetically it really hurts if you're going against the flow. if you guys like have any questions or anything, whether watching this live or playback, make sure to comment them. Thank you for the messages in regards to the tarot. I did pull a couple of tarot today. It was the Ten of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So, you know, releasing illusions in regards to what is the happy union, what is the happy household, what is the and also the Ten of Pentacles came out. So Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles, and Seven of Cups. So, you know, releasing any illusions or misconceptions in regards to what union is, because in truth, no one knows what twin flame union is. And it is the mystery, it is unconditional love. It's the greatest mystery of all existence, love. So it's okay to admit that you don't know, so then you can move and open up to the knowing within each moment, because God wants to be the one revealing it for you and, you know, really moving through the experience of step by step physical union. There's just such resistance to reception. The reception within the feminine, within the soul, all around, because the soul is reception itself. So the little boy, little girl of the twins is really just in a rejection. There's a blockage there. So it's about breath work, it's about focused awareness of the energies in motion, you know, activating your heart and opening your heart and allowing the energies to move through. But you must gift that energy somewhere, because that's the divine masculine. The feminine is the reception, so breathing the energies through your center points and then gifting it somewhere. It has to go somewhere. You could gift it to your inner child, you could gift it back to the divine, you could gift it to your children, you could gift it to your twin, you could gift it to your friends, you could gift it to nature. Like, just gifting it somewhere, it has to flow. You have to have that awareness and become woke in regards to the giving and receiving of energy and the emotions, the energy emotion at this time. Otherwise, it's going to manifest as negative emotions and it's going to hurt. You know, there's a huge pressure because the divine is awakening the twins' hearts again, to the journey of love. And I can see most twins just rolling their eyes or like spewing even, and just like, you know, being in resistance to it. You know, thank you for the ones that are standing strong and like, you know, been waiting for this moment and, you know, being mature about it and really breathing it in for the rest of the twins, because it's just trauma um, being cleared, really. And you're choosing to clear it, and in underneath all those veils, like, you want to clear it and you want to receive love. It's just you don't know what it looks like and you don't know how the divine's going to manifest it. So there's like a freak out mode um in regards to, just one sec, allowing that flow is really going to help the collective, because it's been hell for a lot. It really has been hell for a lot of twins at this time, and the energetics have been quite painful, um, giving and receiving. So there's just a bit of control as well from, you know, twins really want to help each other, or the collective really wants to help each other, and there's been this control of, it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just like this control. Like, there needs to be the release of control again, and getting out of your own head as an individual that you know best, or, you know, that this is the message that's coming through, and just moving into a pause moment and observing, you know, what is going on, because a lot of the time there's way more going on than you're perceiving for an individual. There's way more things, you know, maybe that individual isn't expressing, and it's a judgment, but I feel like, you know, twins have lost their psychic abilities in a way, like they're incorrect like a lot of the time. We used to really flow and be on point in regards to our channelings or the messages that are coming through, but because we've been in such a state of separation and rejection to love, for such a long period of time. Like, it's built up this trauma of separation to the truth. And it's become more like there's just a lot more going on. There's this sporadic, like, disco ball or explosion of energies, if you will. And it's not necessarily about identifying it or judging it. It's more so about just being there, receptive, and giving and receiving what is guided in the moment. Like, you know, tapping and listening to the divine in the moment, like not just jumping on some program in regards to like, oh, I learnt this, or, oh, this would be really good for that person because I did this. And coming from past principalities, I suppose I'm saying, like, it's about being in the moment and communicating to the individual, like, what you're being guided to tell them in the moment, because it's always going to be a lot nicer, um, and more compassionate and more loving than, something from the past. But yeah, really was forced to come live today. It's just a procrastination within myself, like in my soul, in regards to expressing. And it could even be, oh, that's the masculine's job to express, but we're both masculine and feminine, so it's like, that active energy I really need to push through, because I can gift and pray and release and cast and purge, but when I'm moving into reception recently, it like hurts to receive. And for a divine feminine incarnate, like, we are the reception. So, there's a blockage there. And one way for me to clear it is do the union dance of like receiving the channeled message and then expressing it. So I'm in that space of union and I'm getting that energy and motion flowing. Because I feel like that's why there's been the blockage. Like, I've been guided to receive messages and then express them, and I just haven't been expressing them. Like, there's such procrastination to come on live, and even the judgments of coming on live, like, I'm not even showing myself on live, whereas I never used to give a shit. So it's like, just going easy with my soul and just allowing the messages to come through still, because there's nothing else I can really do at this time. I can't go against the divine. I'm too in awareness because I'm continuously praying, talking to the divine. So I can't reject, that which I'm being guided to experience in the moment. And, it makes a lot of sense when I tapped in and channeled, or even observed the masculine and feminine dance, and, viewing the energetics of both and seeing that, like, holy shit, the divine masculine is really experiencing some weird ass energies, soul cry, like rejection, like suki ass energies, which is a judgment, but like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, sometimes I just say these descriptive words because, it pinpoints the energy. Like, I'm really not meaning to be judgmental. Like, I'm just guided to point them out in the best way that I can, and this is the best way that I can. I mean, you could even say it's like a suki ass energy. It's very judgmental, though. I can feel it, but that's really how it's coming through for the divine feminine to receive. Like, I don't want to receive. Like, I just want to run away. Like, I don't want to have to receive this, and going into isolation, which just ends up in a freeze space of stagnation, and then you got to spew all the energies out. So like, it's no point being in ignorance. Because it's really going to hurt the energetics of the collective. Like, if you don't care about yourself or care about your soul or care about your twin, like, care about the collective, like, care about the rest of them, because we're all connected. And like, that was the one message that came through that I deleted there. It's like, someone writes, but who cares? And it's like, yeah, that is a reflection of the collective right now. Like, twins don't really give a shit about each other, about their soul, about the divine. And, it's about actually giving a shit about what we put out is a butterfly effect, and it really is interconnected to everything. Like, if you, like, I don't know, I've got children, so I care about the next generation. I care about what, the next generations are experiencing and receiving. And, if we can, we're meant to, it's our sole purpose as twin flames, be way showers or have a part of it and like what's that word, contribute to it. What are we contributing? Like taking responsibility, because that which you give out you receive, that which you receive you give. And no one wants to be in a space of resistance or separation consciousness because it freaking hurts, it's uncomfortable. And personally, I'm just sick of feeling the low vibrations of crap. And like, I've gone through many months, like nearly 12 months of self observation and reflection, internal observation in regards to like, what the F are these emotions? What the F are these projections? What am I experiencing? And it just led me back to the twin flame journey. And I can see a lot of souls rolling their eyes, having resistance to it. And it's like, get your head out of your own ass, because it's like everything, it's a Hermetic principle. Everything is a reflection of masculine and feminine. Like, it's without judgment, it's simply just a Hermetic principle. Like, it's one way of observing. It's the law of gender. So, like, you know, there's obviously a trigger there for many people. There's a trigger there for me in regards to, because just uncomfortable energies, when you're tapping back into it and observing the flow of giving and receiving. One thing, I want to point out is, getting stuck in a rut, you've really got to change your energies up. You've got to do something different. You've got to maybe even be something different. Change, even if it's just as simple as your hairstyle or your clothes, or change your furniture around in your house, or change your food, or change your daily activities. Like, sorry, there's someone ringing through every now and again, but yeah, just changing it up and moving through that procrastination is really going to help the energies in motion, help the flow, because no one wants to be stuck. That stuck feeling, it doesn't budge until you listen to the divine and you take action in regards to what the divine is stating. Like, if I'm channeling the collective, the divine really is stating for the masculines to take action and to gift, whether it's into the feminine within themselves or into an incarnate of the divine feminine. And, a gift, even if it's through repentance or apology, or, just this unconditional, like, giving, it's really going to help that masculine energy. Even if you're a feminine incarnate, like, you got to look at the truth of the masculine and feminine in both of you. Like, you got to gift, um, it's the gift giving that is the masculine active energy, and the reception of the divine feminine. And again, that feminine has a huge blockage in regards to receiving, receiving guidance, receiving love, receiving anything right now. And it's not because the masculine isn't gifting. Like, you can't blame. It's literally the two working as one. So it's like feminines receive, masculines give. And like, even if it's just active communication, that's like asking how the other one feels and actively listening or something of the sort. That's a gift. Um, it's just, there's so many different things that you could experience. It's just about tapping into the guidance of what the divine is telling you to experience in the moment. Energy clearing in regards to perceived chakras, like, even just releasing this whole perspective of chakras and just moving into the truth of your like auric field or your astral body. The soul like permeates outside of yourself on the skin specifically. And just being observant in regards to where there's density or where there's blockages, and then moving that energy with your focused awareness, you could move it to the central sun, you could move it to Mother Earth, maybe it wants to go somewhere. Maybe it's not even your energy and it needs to go back to its rightful owner. Like, really just being in observer state to push that energy is the active masculine in regards to where it's meant to go, because there's a lot of projections going on through humanity, through the collective, through twin flames, and it is in regards to being like ignorant, not having your higher mind activated. And hey, John, in regards to having your higher mind activated and actually being observant and receiving the channel message or the guidance in regards to where that energy wants to flow. Because you don't even need to identify the emotion. Like, you can just view it as energy in motion and just see where it wants to flow, like as the prana, as spirit, and follow it and observe it and allow it to be free, so it can move. Your awareness is everything. That which you perceive, you receive. So if you're allowing the spirit, your soul, to be free and move where it wants to go, you're going to find more harmony within your experience. You're going to find more higher vibrations, light. You're going to find more union. You're going to attract, more positive experiences. You're going to experience higher emotions and more productivity and, activeness in regards to your experience. So that's some advice that's coming through as well. Probably stay on for another 9 minutes, just make it an hour. Yeah, so eventually I will be pulling cards, and I'm really building up to do these readings for everyone. Again, it's the procrastination, it's the stagnation, it's the pain. Like, there's pain in regards to coming through and actually having to do it. Like, there's so much trauma for me to even get on my laptop, and I only recently got my laptop back, but just like, trauma in regards to channeling messages for beings. And there's a whole bunch of reasons why, like guilt and shame. I was told by many beings that, like, I was projecting lies and channeling bullshit and this and that. There's just been an unraveling of, trauma, and it is somewhat of a self-sabotaging thing in regards to, not being of service. So that's why I'm coming on and just doing a few lives before I get into it, to build myself up to it, because I really do enjoy it. Like, it's my sole purpose, it's my passion. And, channeling for other twin flames is, what I'm being guided to do as a sole purpose in regards to making money. I'm just not guided to go work for someone else in the ways of the world. And, like, there's been such resistance and projections in regards to that from others as well, because they may be coming from a space of judgment or fear or worry in regards to, like, you should be doing this and that. It's like the divine is the only one that can tell you what your soul purpose is. Like, others can channel and have, premonitions or visions or advice or guidance in regards to. However, you know what your soul mission is. You know what you're meant to be doing, and it's just about taking those small steps, those prompted, that prompted action in regards to doing it, that is going to help clear the way, clear the path in regards to manifesting your dreams, your goals, your desires. But yeah, there's this real building type of energy coming for the twins, and building, the new world or the new earth or the new reality once again. It's come back around, it really happened. This hasn't happened since like 2012. Like, this energy of, it really started a couple of years ago. Like, it was a 10-year cycle. 12 is seen, it's been 12 years, so 12 is seen as this completion, a deeper completion, after the union, after the gateway of the 11th year. But yeah, just the 11th of the 11th is coming up, and it's really going to be huge unions. There's going to be so much communication between the Twin Flame Collective, and so many different crossing of paths and coming back around, and just huge unexpected unions, really. Um, and it's best to move into the not knowing so the divine can manifest it, because the divine really wants to surprise you all, if you will. It's just about clearing the blockages of reception, like, and I can see like a lot of twins, like, I don't even want to clear the blockages of reception because they're like not they're scared of receiving union. But that's really affecting the masculines, because the masculines are being guided to, gift and take action towards the reception of the feminine. So, if you've been in a space of not receiving or taking action on what you've received from the divine, as a divine feminines, like, you'll have got a gift where you're being guided to gift, whether physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, in the external, so then your twin flame can gift in you. It's all a mirror and it's all an energetic dance. And even if you don't want to, like, that's what I mean. Like, I have been guided to come on here and gift the channeled messages that are coming through. And so it's like, well, I don't even want union. So I don't even want to gift the messages. But the divine's just like, well, if you don't, you're going to be just sitting there and bubbling up, like, in resistance and in blockages. And it's going to be negative, like, emotions. So yeah, that's about it that's coming through. There's just a lot of, I can only explain it in the ways of like head spins for the divine masculines at this time. Like, their heads are spinning, in regards to where to gift, um, or how to gift, even like what type of gifting they're being guided to experience. But every like incarnate can really help by moving into that and just, gifting where you're being guided to gift. And even if it's just, to your neighbor, or saying hello to someone in the street, like gifting some love or higher vibrations, gifting into your soul, even your own individual soul, and, having a nice pamper day, or, just gifting to yourself, like taking some time, going for a walk in nature, and actually allowing yourself to experience that instead of just being in resistance or in ignorance or in stagnation. And really, the message coming through is like, just be kind to your soul, be kind to yourself, allowing everything, like, this too shall pass, and just allowing each day to be as it is. Like, whatever is manifested is perfect for you. God will never give you more than you can handle. Maybe it's time for you all to stop viewing a specific feminine or a masculine, as your twin or as your mirror. Like, there's just a lot of shifts, a lot of cords being broken, a lot of changes, a lot of upheaval and uprooting of the twin flame collective at this time, because they're not where they're meant to be, but yet they are. So, every moment is perfect. It's just like you're being guided somewhere else right now. Like, you're being guided to look over here, or you're being guided to experience over here now, or over there. And, just taking those steps towards it. So you're feeling that space of alignment. So you're experiencing, what's in alignment with your soul purpose, as there's just been a lot of resistance in the collective, like tapping into I've been channeling the 144,000 for freaking 8 years now. My whole life, really, but just in awareness and online for 8 years now. And it's like tapping back into it recently, I was just in shock in regards to like where all the souls are scattered. And, some are hiding under rocks, some are hiding in houses, some are in separation, some are in trauma, some are in turmoil. And it's just like, it's time for us to step up, hold our heads high, and really shine that light, be that beacon of light, come together as soul tribe, as groups, and, take action again, start receiving again. Because it's a part of our soul purpose, it's part of our mission. Because if you don't, it's going to feel yucky, it's going to feel like crap. So I think that's it, guys. I hope this message has helped some of your, the 11th of the 11th is coming up, and there's just going to be huge waves of union. Expect the unexpected. Um, if the divine's guiding you somewhere and you're like, oh, that seems like way over the top or something of the sort, just go really slow and easy with your soul, and know that you wouldn't be being guided there for no reason. Like, it's just the ego that's got resistance. It's collective judgments that are being projected upon you. There's trauma that's being cleared. There's so many things going on at this time, within the collective. So just go with the flow. Namaste. Amen.